Harassment prevention made simple. Harassment is illegal and not tolerated in any workplace. Harassment can inflict serious damage on an organization's productivity and morale. It causes absenteeism, employee turnover, depression, illness, embarrassment, humiliation, and individuals named in harassment complaints could lose their jobs, their reputations, and even their careers. Workplace harassment occurs when people are treated poorly or unfairly because of a perceived difference. Court rulings have established protected groups that are afforded legal protection from workplace harassment. These groups are defined by race, color, and national origin. Religion, either because of a person's faith or beliefs or pressure to join or convert to a faith. Disability, either mental or physical. Family status, including marital status and pregnancy. Gender or sex. Age, for employees 40 and over. Genetic information. And sexual orientation. Gender identity. The U.S. EEOC interprets sexual orientation and gender identity to be protected under sex, and many court cases have backed up this interpretation. Additionally, a majority of states have laws protecting these classes specifically. However, sexual orientation and gender identity are not protected by name under federal law. In addition, local laws and organizational policies prohibit the harassment of many other groups of employees. To put it simply, harassment of any type is unacceptable. There are two types of harassment: hostile environment and quid pro quo. Quid pro quo occurs when a manager or supervisor withholds or awards job benefits on the basis of sexual favors. This includes work assignments, hiring, termination, promotions, demotions, positive or negative performance reviews, any other job-related benefit. Enduring harassment as a condition of employment is another form of quid pro quo harassment. For instance, it's illegal for a warehouse manager to tell his employees that they will simply have to ignore culturally offensive comments from their coworkers because they are commonplace in blue-collar jobs. Another example would be, it would be unlawful for a restaurant supervisor to tell employees to put up with racial slurs from customers because it's part of the job of being a server. Just one incidence of quid pro quo harassment is illegal. Hostile environment harassment occurs when offensive conduct unreasonably interferes with an individual's work performance or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. In most cases, harassment must be continuous and unwanted to rise to the level of illegal harassment. However, while a single, isolated incident does not generally rise to the level of illegal harassment, severely inappropriate behavior, such as the touching of an intimate body part, can be illegal the first time it occurs. Inappropriate conduct can create a hostile work environment even if it's not directly targeted at the person making the harassment complaint. Harassment doesn't just happen between coworkers. Harassment also occurs between employees and individuals not directly employed by their organization. Individuals such as contractors, consultants, delivery persons, vendors, patients, customers. Harassment can occur anywhere that employees represent their organizations. This includes work parties, dinner with clients, conferences, trade shows, sales calls, charity events. The courts use the reasonable person standard when determining if offensive conduct is illegal. In other words, would a reasonable person find the behavior severe enough to create a hostile work environment? The fact is that most offensive behaviors, when they are continuous and unwanted, meet this standard. The safe way to avoid harassment is to avoid these behaviors entirely. The following conduct is unacceptable in any workplace and, when based on a protected group, could lead to illegal harassment: ridicule, mockery, insults, or put-downs, physical assaults, threats, intimidation, physically blocking a person's movement or ability to work, demeaning or offensive names, slurs or epithets, gossiping or spreading rumors about coworkers, jokes, banter, or remarks that are demeaning or degrading, menacing looks or gestures intended to threaten, intimidate, or humiliate a coworker, texting pictures, messages, or videos that offend, demean, or harass a coworker, sending offensive or harassing emails, viewing offensive websites, using social networking sites for harassing or offensive behavior, sexual harassment, which includes any continuous, unwanted behavior of a sexual nature, whether physical, visual, or verbal, disparaging comments about a person's job ability, such as "he is too old to understand technology," inappropriate remarks or jokes about pregnancy, childbirth, or medical conditions related to pregnancy or childbirth, offensive gender-based comments or behaviors that demean people simply because of their gender, such as "a woman's place is in the kitchen, not the boardroom," excluding or isolating coworkers from work-related activities and assignments because of a non-work-related reason, such as race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. Complaints, incidents of quid pro quo harassment, and severely inappropriate actions such as the touching of an intimate body part, threats, or intimidation must be reported immediately. For less serious conduct, it is helpful, but not required, to tell coworkers that their behavior is unwanted. However, employees should report incidents of inappropriate behavior before they become severe or pervasive. Although some information must be divulged in the process of investigating complaints, confidentiality is guaranteed to the greatest extent possible. Retaliation. It is illegal to retaliate against employees for making or participating in a harassment complaint. This means that managers and employers cannot punish or discipline employees for filing or participating in a harassment complaint. Likewise, non-management employees cannot bully, harass, intimidate, or threaten coworkers for participating in a harassment complaint. Even if the complaint is found to be without merit, the participants are protected if they had a good faith belief that harassment occurred. Harassment has consequences. Both harassment and retaliation can result in disciplinary actions, including written warnings, suspension, demotion, and termination. Harassment charges often affect future career advancement and may even hamper the ability to be hired by another organization. The loss of personal reputation and trust with coworkers, friends, and family can be devastating and life-altering. What can you do to prevent harassment? It's simple. Leave offensive behaviors at the door. Treat everyone with respect. Speak up when you see harassment. Every employee deserves a safe, comfortable environment at work, a workplace free of harassment and fear and full of respect. It's up to everyone to do their part in preventing harassment.